Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. We are live on the TED Show. We are kicking off the weekend with an awesome show, an awesome guest, new to the TED Show. We have Lady Jaimz with Corsets and Cuties, a burlesque cabaret on. I mean, I don't know. That is a mouthful, and I'm certainly excited to hear more about it. Welcome, Lady Jaimz.
Thank you so much for having me. We're excited to start the weekend off with you.
I'm excited. You will all corseted out.
I am raised up to the heavens. I say all the glamour, no pants.
All the glamour, no pants might be my new favorite hashtag. We're gonna, I think most people have been working that way anyway, so it shouldn't be any big deal for anyone.
Exactly. That's what we're promoting now. Absolutely.
All right. So, want to hear all about the cabaret, but I obviously want to start beginning story, origin story. Tell the audience, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, so I am actually a Florida native. I graduated from Seminole High School right there in Sanford, born and raised in this area of Central Florida. Personally, my background is improv. I consider myself an improviser first and foremost. And that's what gives me the foundation to be able to host the shows, because you play off the energy of what the audience gives you, right?
Right.
And I was always a performer, always through school, doing Glee before Glee was popular, and moved into doing improv with SAT Comedy Lab. That's where I went to college. That's what I considered my formal training with all the guys over there, and continued on into the theme parks, did lots of years in every theme park here in Orlando, and was lucky enough to be a part of the Orlando Fringe Festival when I was a teenager, just volunteering. Did a couple of shows as regular plays, and then had the opportunity with Breakthrough Theater of Winter Park and Wade Hare to do a show called Red Light, The Bad Girls of Broadway. And so it is what you think. Yeah, it is what you think it is. It was all the naughty songs of Broadway shows that we all know and love. And it was a cabaret as well, but we brought in the burlesque aspect. And it was the first show in Fringe history to sell out the entire run, 2 shows into Fringe.
Wow.
Yes. So when they say TNA sells, it's true.
Of course it sells.
Of course it sells. But also behind all that, we had a power-packed cast. I mean, I'm talking heavy hitters, amazing singers, amazing dancers. I don't consider myself either one of those. I'm just a big personality, and it kind of lends itself to that.
You're a performer.
I am a Jill of all trades, is what I like to say. It's funny. In auditions, they say dancers who sing well and singers who dance well. And I'm like, is there a middle I can fit in there somewhere?
What is the middle so anyway. All right, I have to ask, because I had people ask before we went live.
Oh, good.
We obviously want to talk about what corsets and cuties is, but people said, Ted, what is the difference between a burlesque and a cabaret? I thought they were different, so how did you combine them? So maybe give them a little bit, because I say our age group, my kids' age group, which is your age group.
No way. You'd be surprised how old I am.
We don't know. You look very young.
It's all smoke and mirrors. Okay, so
what burlesque is. They've seen the movie with Christina Aguilera. That's where we're going with that. So explain a little bit to them.
Yeah, that is, hold on one second. I'm sorry, I'm having a technical glitch. Okay, so seeing the movie Burlesque and considering that, considering that's what burlesque is kind of like seeing the Jersey Shore and thinking that's what Jersey is. If that gives you an idea.
100%.
Okay, so burlesque is the art of the tease, plain and simple. It's not straight up in your face taking your clothes off. We all know there's a side of that. It's more about the story and the personality that you put into each performance. There are so many different kinds of burlesque that is out there now. It's so wonderful that it's become this new resurgence. And there's neo-burlesque, there's classic burlesque, there's burlesque that focuses on dancing, there's burlesque that focuses on the storyline and big scripts and things and costumes and intricate set changes and things. And people have actually gone into full production numbers doing burlesque. I'm sure if you want to reference Dita Von Teese, the only name in burlesque that actually makes money. She has amazing shows. And if you ever have a chance to see perfection on stage, that's Dita. I was very lucky to see her in Vegas, and it just, you just can't take your eyes off of her. And then if you add the cabaret into it, that's where we interact with the audience a little more as the MC. We have a little bit more comedy and humor, a little vaudeville added into it, live singing, which our group does as well. We're very lucky to have some of the most amazing performers here in Orlando, and they are very lucky to give us their time. You know, we're very happy to have people who have full-time professions as performers, people who have full-time professions as full-time professionals that get a little fun and loose with us during our shows. So burlesque cabaret is kind of encompassing everything about that performance style, a little tongue-in-cheek, a little wink to the camera. You know, we want the audience to come along for the ride with us. We just don't stand on stage and do a show. We want the audience to be a part of it and leave with the party in mind, and, you know, finish their evening out on a high note.
I don't know how you couldn't. If you've ever seen burlesque cabaret, what Lady Jaimz is describing, you have to come away feeling fun and engaged and ready to continue to have a good time.
Because good damn time.
Yeah, there's nothing but laughs and amazement at the talent, and the interaction and the engagement is so powerful. Tell me where the corsets and cuties came in.
Okay, well, me and a girlfriend of mine, after we did that show at Orlando Fringe, we wanted to continue that. So Breakthrough went ahead and did some regular plays at the next Fringe. And we were like, well, it was so successful and we had such a good time doing this. We wanted to do it continue for ourselves. And the reason that there was a niche and a need for this is because we are a performing arts town, are we not? Yes. There's all the different theme parks, all the different dinner shows, all the different playhouses here in town that are such good outlets for so many amazing, talented people here in town. But there was a void. There was a lacking of parts available to women who weren't old enough to be the moms or not young enough to be the ingenues, who weren't the size of the princesses, and who weren't the experience and I guess the fitting the mold of like the fairy godmothers, that kind of a look. So we had this spot where all of us were like, well, we're still talented. We still want to perform. So that's where corsets and cuties came from. We invited a whole bunch of our friends who are super uber talented. Maybe some people who, like I said, have their own bands here in town, or some people we did red light with. Also some people that we knew that were friends of ours that we wanted to bring in and bring their personalities to the bunch. And that's where it was started almost 6 years ago. And
I didn't realize it had been 6 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, August is our 6-year anniversary. And we're very, very happy to be among the groups of burlesque performers here in Orlando. There's so many talented, amazing groups here that are our family. We've just, all grown together, making our home the venue with Blue Star, who's been my mentor through all of this, who is an amazing person.
I love her.
Yeah, get well soon, Blue. She just had a hip replacement, so hopefully we're getting her back dancing soon.
Oh, she's amazing.
She is, and I say she's been a mentor for me, not only with show stuff and business stuff, but also personal stuff and how to deal with the different personalities of bringing an 11-person cast together. It's like herding cats. That's what we say. So that's
you're all creative. You're all off in your creative juices going crazy.
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. So it can be a struggle. It can be conflicts, but it's also how you deal with those conflicts and how you bring each person's ideas into the fold, because every person is important. It is my group, but I want everybody to be a part of it. We have people giving ideas for group numbers. We have people giving ideas for costumes. We have somebody else doing the choreography. It doesn't all come from one person, and that's important to me.
I love the collaboration, and I want to add, two comments. Metamorphosis, which is Jeanette, says, yes. Lady Jaimz would love to chat with you for upcoming events, and Shirley Stamper says, love her beautiful red hair.
Thanks so much.
It's sassy hair. I think
it's kind of become my trademark. Yes.
Don't you have to be sassy to be in a corset and do burlesque cabaret? I mean, I don't know how else you could be.
You absolutely have to have a definite idea of yourself. I would say you have to have personality. You don't have to be sassy. There's all sorts of personalities in our group. We have some shy girls. We have some boys, so we definitely have boylesque. And whatever makes you feel comfortable and sexy and confident on stage is what I want people to bring to the show. I don't want them to be something they're not, because it's fake and the audience will read right through it.
Agreed. All right. So how have you been dealing with COVID? Because the show pretty much shows stopped.
How have I been dealing with COVID?
Well, I am right along with you.
Can I tell you, I was going to have a birthday party right before this started, and I had started stockpiling supplies for a bar in my guest room. The party never happened, but thank God I had the stockpile.
Heck yeah. I love it. So tell us what the plans are. How have you been dealing? Have you done anything video? Have you guys done teasers and things like that to keep the audience engaged? And do you have anything upcoming planned? Are you even able to do that?
I love how you're leading me into this. This is so great. Yes, we were very lucky. Right before we were kind of ordered to stay home, the day before, I had quite a few performers who came out to Theater West End, where we've been performing for the past year in Sanford. Derek and Quinn are so great. Once those guys are back open, please, please, please check them out, because they put on amazing shows. And then that's also a place where we get to go once a month or so for our shows. We were able to get in there and do an entire day of filming with Sean West, who has been like invaluable with this whole COVID video thing. And we filmed 19 numbers that day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a very long day of a lot of costume changes. And we banged out 19 numbers. And then we were a part of a show called CyberCon, which was an online convention because we weren't able to go to places. So it was something new and different. And we were a part of that. And we're able to put a show together for them. And then since then, yeah, we've been doing some numbers from home. We put together a fun little kind of Instagram pass the drink video challenge that you can see on our Facebook. It was a lot of fun. All the members participated. And that's really hard to do sometimes because we have members all the way from St. Pete up. So not every show is going to have every member. And then we'll have guest stars too. And we've been able to put out a couple of videos since then. And tonight we have our Orlando Fringe today, which at 11 o'clock tonight, you will be able to see Quaranties, a burlesque cabaret.
Oh, good. That's right. Okay, so I actually was leading with that, forgetting that that's really where we were headed. I definitely want to promote that. Tell us about how that works, because I had several people on. I had Melanie and two others. Right now it escapes me. So ladies, I owe you a drink. Brian Sikorsky, of course, set it all up. Tell us about
Lindsay
Fringe, visual Fringe, because that's basically what you've been doing. And then tell them a little bit more about what they can expect tonight.
Okay, so tonight at 11 o'clock, you'll see the Cuties take over the Orlando Fringe page. And I think it's going to be shown on the Cuties page live as well. But we want you to go to Fringe so they get the views. And we're going to start with a video we did a couple years ago that was kind of a behind the scenes of our rehearsal process when we did the show called Harlots. And that's just a little 10-minute clip of some of the personalities in the show. Some people have joined since and some people have left since. So it's a nice little retrospective. And then it'll go into our little TikTok video. And then you'll have the show. And the show is comprised of all new numbers. We have some clips from a show that we did one time that only the number has only been seen once. So we're bringing that back. We have some aerialists. We have a belly dancer guest star. We have Risa Risque from the Blacklist Babes guest starring as well. And you'll have a chance to tip the performers because obviously all of us are out of work being performers right now. And we've had a lot of really good support from our regulars as well as people who have found us for the first time. And I had a Q&A the other day at Fringe, and that was a lot of fun. And I'll tell you now, you're going to get an exclusive. You ready?
Tell me, I'm ready. Lady Jaimz.
Okay, so the other night with my Q&A, I did a shot for every tip that we got. Tonight, with every tip over $10 that is sent from our Friend show, I'll also send you the link to our show from CyberCon, so you'll be able to enjoy a whole separate Corsets and Cuties show in the comfort and safety of your own home.
Cool. How do you, okay, so I'm fascinated by a couple of things.
Yes.
Do you have, I want to ask about how did you rehearse how did you rehearse all that, because you're in different places? And then I
Correct.
want you to be specific about the tip part, because I think people don't understand what happens and how that can work. And I want to encourage people to get to know that, because I think what you're doing is awesome.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. So how we did the online shows that we're doing now, we've taken those shows that we pre-taped at the Theater West End. Plus, we had a couple of people do performances in their homes and sent it to us. With the Instagram video, we kind of mapped out how we needed it to go, and from one person passing to this way and passing this way and passing this way. So we kind of had a storyboard, and our lovely member Sharan, she was our amateur winner from last year. She put everything together and edited the video. So it's all been kind of a lot of communication behind the scenes to make everything work. And then with Sean, who's been editing all of our videos, I just let him know the orders and what we needed to do. I filmed intros to each number in Tennessee when I was at my mom's on the porch. So it's very low glamour, but it's high technology, I guess.
Love it. That's awesome.
Okay, so for the tips. We usually obviously get tips during the show when we come out into the audience and interact with everybody. We have people throwing them on stage. We have people making it rain. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of the show because it's so interactive. I can't even tell you, we've gotten dollar tips, which we love. Obviously, we've gotten $20. We've gotten $50 tips. We've gotten coupons to Old Navy tips. I've been tipped with chocolate cake and Popeye's chicken sandwiches. I got a donut bouquet once.
Nice.
I am not faulting any way anybody wants to tip us. I'm telling you.
That is, and people can just do, like, when they're watching, is there like a virtual tip jar there?
Yes.
Is that what it, okay. I really don't know. So I'm fascinated.
No worries. Okay. So how we've set it up is Venmo, which is very easy to do from your mobile phone. And it's a free app, and it comes directly from whichever funding source you want it to come from. And our Venmo is corsets-and-cuties. And it's on our website. It's on our Facebook. And everything that we collect tip-wise is dispersed to all the performers who are in the show. So all the performers that you see in tonight's show will get a cut of whatever tips we receive tonight. And that's usually how we do it for the online shows. For our live shows, our tips are ours. So whenever we collect tips during our numbers, that's for us to keep. But obviously there's no way to do that with the online tipping. So we make it fair for everybody, and everyone gets an equal cut.
That's so good, because I feel like people do want to help. They don't know how. They're watching the show. I had somebody once tell me about the virtual tip jar, whatever. And somebody said, well, I'm afraid to put it out there. I'm like, don't be afraid to put it out there. Everybody wants to help in any way that they can support. And that's an easy way while you're sitting there and enjoying the show and going, gosh, there's that tip jar. Just put it out there, guys.
Yes.
I would never, ever.
And honestly, $5 helps, even if people want to tip for, a chunk of money and say, please spread it out amongst the group. I've had people do that too. You think about how many people are out there and how many people are watching these shows. If 100 people tip $5, that's a good night.
Oh, and so it's easy to support the arts and the local community and support local and all those things that we want to do. And you're going to get to enjoy an amazing show. Yeah. It's one of the things I love about Fringe, and I love the virtual. I know performance-wise, it's difficult. I would imagine.
Very weird.
You don't get the immediate audience reaction. You can't see it, feel it. But you guys have learned, and I think done a phenomenal job, the arts community, of adapting to a different kind of audience.
Yes, it's very strange to be performing right now in front of a ring light.
You're right. I have one right there. Yeah,
little shiny. But you're right. It is so different. We feed off the energy of the audience, and your number is so augmented by what you get back from the people who are watching you. And to just be doing this in your living room, it feels like you're rehearsing the number and you're just kind of going through the motions. I've been very lucky. I have a very supportive other half who has been very encouraging to do things and be online and watches the shows with me at 3 or 4 in the morning, whichever they're scheduled to go on. And he has been doing virtual things too. So it's very interesting to see how both of our groups have been handling the technology. And I am not a technology person. I'm like, okay, how do you click this? And what goes on this? And what's a stream key? I don't know. I just want to show up and be pretty.
Yes, that is another mantra of mine. I just want to show up and be pretty.
Cheers.
What's the future like? Do you guys want to build a like? I know I'm always reaching for big dreams. So Broadway, off Broadway,
Oh
more
goodness.
dinner theaters. What do you want to do
I'm
with
really
corsets and
happy.
cuties?
I'm really happy being a kind of medium-sized fish in a small pond. We enjoy what we do here locally. We love our friends and family being able to come and see us. We love the people who have come and seen us several times or since the beginning or first timers. Honestly, I just want to keep supporting the theaters that are here in town that give us an opportunity to perform, which would be the Theater West End in Sanford. And then we're also at Stardust, which is a beautiful space in downtown Orlando. It's an underground kind of funky bar.
Awesome.
And Todd has been so great giving us a space there.
Oh yeah, he's
We
amazing.
want to, yeah, he's great, Todd Ulmer, and all of his bars. I mean, all of his ventures always turn out so great. I just want to keep putting happiness and joy out in the world. I mean, there's so much other things that we have to deal with. If we can escape for an hour or two and make people feel good or give people an idea of maybe I want to try that. We have our amateur show coming up. As soon as Theater West End is good to have shows again and it's safe for everyone and the cast, we'll be doing our amateur contest, which we do every year because after every show, we always have somebody go, I want to try that. I want to do that. How do I do that? And I'm like, the stage is yours.
I'm fascinated by that because I love
You want to do it?
I probably would when it opens up because I'm trying new things. 2020
Do
was
it.
supposed to be the year of trying new things. I forget what my word was. I have many, but that kind of all got shut. Most of it got shut down from a
Yes.
physical in place kind of perspective. So I'm gonna have
It's
to
so
ramp it up.
empowering. Honestly, if you get a chance to do it, Ted, I mean, we will do everything in our power to get you out there.
I will 100% do that when we open, when it all
Yay!
opens up. All right, so tell people what you do. You obviously, I think people will take away your positive energy and excitement and encouragement, kind of your spirit. What do you do to stay sane, to stay focused, especially during all this stuff?
I take responsibility for the group. I want to keep my cast happy. I want to keep the audience happy and coming back for more. I want to put a positive message out there, and I feel like that's on my shoulders as the leader, producer, MC, whoever the person is out there representing the encompassing whole. I want that to reflect back positively on everybody in the group. So I know that 11 people are depending on me and what my efforts are to keep us relevant, to keep us out there in the community. We're also community service driven too. So whenever we're doing shows to raise money for Pride or for breast cancer awareness or the Barber Fund, any of those things, that is a sense of responsibility I have to continue moving forward and not looking back or dwelling on anything that might not have gone the way that we wanted it. It's an experience. It's a learning experience if something doesn't go the way we want, or it's a goal to reach something that maybe we haven't done before.
Love it. All right. So if somebody wants to learn more about Corsets and Cuties or Lady Jaimz or the Fringe event tonight.
Or wants to hire us, sure.
Yes, or wants to hire you, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, if you go on Facebook, you can private message us anytime, and that goes directly to me. Our Facebook page usually has the most updated information just because it's quick and easy. The website will have information on upcoming shows, and there's also pictures and video of previous shows if you want to see some of the crazy chaos that we've done. There's bios of the current performers and also some pictures of people who have, drinks. Lady. There's pictures of people who have performed with us in the past.
You're good.
Lady is just in the name. Don't ever expect me to be classy. I'm just saying. You can find out all information about us online. We also have to give major shout out and props to our sponsor. We have a very involved sponsor, which is Premier Couple Superstore. And not only do they sponsor us, like if we need to pay a venue fee or new t-shirts or something along those lines, but they're very supportive and they come to every show. They'll, put our information out in the email blast. The mom and pop that run that store, it's a mom and pop business, are the most lovely, wonderful, supportive people here in the Central Florida Arts. So not only do they love us and support us, but they go out to all the Friends shows. They support the Barber Fund. Yeah, they go out and see performances all over. So you never know when premiere is in the house, but I guarantee you they've probably seen people perform that might be a part of Fringe this year.
We have, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you're on LinkedIn, and if you are, I need to tag you, but LinkedIn, we just had somebody pop on and say, hello from Miami. Hi, Oscar. So, it's always good. You never know who's going to pop in and watch a show that might want to. I don't know why you wouldn't engage.
Yes.
Cuties, engage Lady Jaimz and her entire amazing crew. You're awesome. I cannot wait to see, because I haven't watched anything. I try not to watch before I talk to someone. I try to just learn, and now I'm going to go watch.
And once you have a chance to see us live, it's going to be a whole different experience.
I will 100% come. But you're amazing. Please, guys, reach out, support local arts. Reach out to Lady Jaimz, reach out corsetsandcuties.com, or go to I tagged the Facebook page, go there. Just check them out. And definitely tonight, you're not going to want to miss it. It's Friday night. It's a relaxing evening, and then you can go have some fun just from your couch if you'd like, and watch these amazing performers. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You were awesome, and cheers to you. Have a beautiful weekend.
Happy weekend. Break
a leg tonight, so to speak, but not a real leg. All right.
No, we say Papa Pasty.
Yeah, I could get in a lot of trouble with your group. You're awesome. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back later on. Mwah. See you later. Mwah.